Today, we are diving deep into a piece of your brain's core programming, something that pretty much runs in the background and shapes your entire life. It's called the negativity bias, and trust me, understanding it is the first real step to taking back control of your own well-being.
So, have you ever had this happen? You have an amazing day, you get praise from everyone, but that one little piece of criticism, that's the thing you're replaying in your head as you try to sleep, right? Well, that's not a you problem. It's not a personal flaw. It's actually your brain doing exactly what it was designed to do.
To really get why our brains do this, we kind of have to go back in time. Way back, because this isn't some bug in our modern software. No, it's an ancient feature. Think of it as a survival program that, for our ancestors, worked incredibly well.
And here it is, the negativity bias. Basically, your brain's default setting is to give bad news the VIP treatment. Threats get processed faster, they get more attention, and they're stored way more deeply in our memory. Good news, on the other hand, it's often like Velcro for the bad and Teflon for the good. The good stuff just slides right off. This imbalance is everything. You know, from an evolutionary point of view, this makes total sense. For our ancestors, the math was simple. If you miss a tiger in the grass, that's it, game over. You don't get a second chance. But if you miss out on a few berries on a bush, no big deal, you'll find more later. So your brain is first and foremost a survival machine. It's not a happiness machine. So here's the catch. We're still running that ancient software in our modern world, and it has some very real, everyday consequences. Let's break down how this old programming messes with us now. And this bias isn't just a thought pattern. It really impacts every part of who we are. Look at this. Mentally, it's like we're always scanning for what's wrong. We see problems everywhere. Emotionally, it's why a small setback can feel like a catastrophe. Our fear and anxiety circuits just light up. Physically, this keeps us in a low-grade state of stress, right? We're talking elevated cortisol, fatigue, trouble sleeping. And on a deeper, kind of spiritual level, it can just wear you down, leading to cynicism and a feeling of being stuck.
Okay, but here is the really good news. We are not stuck with this programming. The very same feature that makes our brain so good at learning from bad experiences can be used to learn from good ones. We just have to be a little more intentional about it. This famous saying right here is the key to everything. Neurons that fire together, wire together. All it means is that every experience you have creates connections in your brain. And the more you repeat an experience, the stronger those connections get. That's how we learn anything, and we can totally use this to our advantage.
And this brings us to the solution. It's called positive neuroplasticity. So what is that? It's simply the skill of taking a good moment, that fleeting feeling of accomplishment or a little moment of joy, and intentionally holding on to it long enough for it to sink in and become a real lasting part of you.
This slide shows you the critical difference. On the left, that's our standard approach, right? We notice something good and we just move on. It's gone. The whole game changes with the approach on the right. You notice something good, but then you pause. You deepen the feeling. A success isn't just forgotten, it's celebrated, it's embedded. That pause is the secret sauce. So how do we actually turn this into a habit? Well, there's a really simple 4-pillar framework that makes this a practical skill you can train.
It all starts with plus being. That's just becoming aware of the bias in real time. Then comes plus discipline, which is actively choosing to focus on something positive instead. Third is plus positive chemistry, which is all about letting your body really feel and absorb the good experience. And finally, plus us, which is about sharing these moments, because positivity is contagious.
Now that third pillar, positive chemistry, that brings us to maybe the most powerful, practical tip of all. How long does it take to start physically rewiring your brain? The science points to this number, just 20 seconds. Yep, holding a positive experience in your mind for just 20 to 30 seconds is enough to start building new neural pathways. That's it, it's that simple. Okay, so this isn't just some nice theory. This is a tool. Let's look at exactly how you can put this to work in your real life, like today. At work, try this. Before your team dives into all the problems in a meeting, take just 2 minutes to talk about what's actually going well. In your personal life, maybe after a tough conversation, find just one thing you handled well and stop and really stay with that feeling. And for your own well-being, before you go to sleep, think of 3 good things from the day. Pick the best one and just absorb it for 20 seconds. Now, as you start doing this, there are a few common traps people fall into. Let's just quickly go over them so you can sidestep them right from the beginning. First, this is not toxic positivity. We're not ignoring bad things, we're just making sure we also see the good. Second, don't ignore the small stuff. A great cup of coffee, a moment of sunshine, it all counts. Third, don't just make a mental checklist of what you're grateful for. You have to actually feel it. Also, be patient. This is like building a muscle. It takes time. And finally, don't wait until things are tough to practice. The best time to build this muscle is when you're already feeling pretty good.
So I'm going to leave you with this question. This isn't just something to know, it's something to do. What's one good thing, however small, that you're going to focus on for just 20 seconds today? Taking that tiny moment to pause and absorb the good, that could change everything.